Hi everyone, Josh Hughes here, co-founder, lead game designer of Attitudes entertainment company Team KAIZEN. We're coming off a pretty cool night last night where we finally got to show our pre-alpha of Shattered Soul to the public. We were really nervous and putting it in front of people just because it's still very buggy, still very early, but people loved it. Like they had a lot of fun, and one kid actually put it pretty much right where he looked at us and said, even in this buggy and broken state, I can see where the fun is, I can see where it's going, and people told us that in all shapes and sizes throughout the night, and they had a lot of fun. And we got to officially announce Team Kaizen's sister studio, Ingenium, which is our 501c3 nonprofit wing of our company. And we got to show what we're doing on that front with community impact and education impact, including showing what the kids have been doing in Little Big Planet Club. We had an entire wall of units of PS3s running little Big Planet projects they had made. We got to show how we're incorporating virtual reality into our camps thanks to grants from Child's Play and Montana Girl STEM Collaborative, which include both VR sets. Like we had one set on phone that was showing people a VR roller coaster, and we also had PlayStation VR up and running with different demos from PSVR Worlds. And we also got to show off this baby. This is a GoPro Omni. It's a $5,000 camera rig that we got thanks to the Child's Play charity um, grant, and it allows us to film in every direction at once. And we're going to start early next year filming virtual reality field trips for kids, and also teaching through camps, teaching kids how to make their own virtual reality content. So we had an absolute blast last night. I'm going to go ahead and show you the recap video here in a second. But before we show you the recap video, I'll also show you a video of Trev, Gene, and I playing the Shattered Soul pre-alpha so that you can see what everyone else saw that night. Just please keep in mind it's pre-alpha. There's animations missing. It's glitchy as all get out right now. This is just getting it started so that we can start testing it, getting it refined, and getting it to the point where we can pitch it to industry publishers. It's not there yet, but it's on the way, and you can kind of start to see where it's going. So let us know what you think, and thank you so much everyone that came out and partied with us. Thank you so much to all the Team Kaizen team members that worked their tails off to make sure that we had enough to show last night and had awesome stuff to preview. And thank you so much to the event sponsors, Taco John's, LPW Architects, Bloomgren Rivera and Company, Kappas Physical Therapy, and Severson Rental for helping us cover the expense of getting those really big, awesome screens in there so that people could have a really unique, awesome time. And thank you so much to Paris Gibson Square for being a good host. Check out and let us know what you think.
Attention! This tech demo was created to test gameplay only and is not intended to represent the visual quality of a finished product. To see more of Shattered Soul, including target art style renders, please visit our site at teamkaizengames.com.
All right, hi everyone. Josh here, along with Gene and Trevor.
Hello.
Hello.
And we're playing Shattered Souls pre-alpha here, actually watching a video that was previously recorded of Gene and Trevor playing the pre-alpha.
I had Kai, Gene had Haya.
And they swapped halfway through. Just to kind of reiterate what it said during that black little screen, this is very, very early. It's meant to test gameplay, and the gameplay is not fully implemented yet. Like, their health bars only kind of work, their hitboxes only kind of work. And this was what we had ready for yesterday's event during our little show at the Paris Gibson Square. And it was cool because it was the first time we got to show running code of Shattered Soul to the public, and it was nerve-wracking, but people loved it in the end. And it was really cool. And we have a lot of work to do before we get it in front of publishers to try to get a contract to make the full-length version. But it was really awesome to get people who had never seen Shattered Soul before, never experienced the universe, to get their hands on it and get their feedback, and everyone was just kind of in love with it. What did you guys experience last night with it?
I'd say the biggest thing that I saw was people constantly giggling at it and like being way more surprised at how people were so excited to play such a buggy alpha.
Yeah, I totally agree. When I was testing it out, I was just trying to find little hidden features on it just to see if I can cause anything to happen. And ironically, I did cause a special move to make it look like a marshmallow.
The Marshmallow of Doom?
Yeah, I think that's
because the animation hasn't been created yet.
Yeah,
totally.
So ever since I found that, I've been obsessed trying to make it go over and over and over again, just trying to figure out how to do it again. And it was awesome. I can't wait to see how exactly this is going to turn out later on in the game, where it's going to be an actual alpha and eventually a beta. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, and like it was just crazy because like one kid put it right that, and I said this in the other parts of the video too, that like he was playing it wide-eyed, looking forward, going, even in this broken, buggy state, I can see the fun, I can see where it's going, and it was cool to hear people say that. And one thing that was kind of surprising to me is that a lot of us on Team Kaizen are kind of a little bit older. I mean, not super old, but a little bit older. We grew up... Marshmallow of Doom. There it is. But we grew up during the 90s, so we had access to a lot of those PlayStation fighting games that are no longer around, like Battle Arena Toshinden, Bloody Roar, like fully...
Power Stone.
Well, Power Stone... Yeah, Power Stone was Dreamcast, but still, yeah, it's still in that vein, but... the fully 3D fighting games where we're used to the idea of being able to move around freely and at least the basic DNA of what we're hoping we're evolving with Shattered Soul. But it was kind of a surprise when we had kids playing it because we had some, you know, for instance, a group of kids had come into the event who were just barely out of high school, I think like 6 months out of high school. And they were astonished because they were telling us how they had only ever played fighting games like Street Fighter where you're trapped on a 2D plane. And it was eye-opening to them and awe-inspiring to play a fighting game, even in a buggy alpha state, where you actually could move around the arena fully. The rides actually mattered. You could actually get hurt on them. Even though the functionality is not fully there yet, like you can get jammed up under the Ferris wheel. It was like a whole new dimension opened up to them. And they're like, my God, this is so awesome. We're like, yeah, that's why we love Toshinden and Bloody Roar. That's why we're trying to bring this back. And it was so cool to see that a generation of gamers that didn't have that emotional, like, nostalgic connection that we do to Bloody Roar and Toshinden still got it. They were still excited by it. They were still like, oh God, I can't wait to see this as it evolves into a pitchable tech demo and as it evolves into a complete full-length game. So it was cool to see that this had cross-generational appeal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And right now you're seeing that some of the functionality that we're missing is not only missing animations, missing hooks, like for instance of the hitbox is not working completely right yet, and the ride's not completely being dangerous enough.
Weapons just kind of chilling there instead of being invisible till he needs them.
Yeah, he normally, yeah, like Trevor said, the shuriken and spear wouldn't normally be there, but basically they're quick stories there. Like Haya found out she didn't have superpowers, so she invented a whole martial arts based around strike plates on her fingers that she lights fireworks and throws them at her opponents. Kai lost his arms in a motorcycle accident, found out he had superpowers, and made new arms out of ocean water. And those, the shuriken and spear are like objects he can morph his arms into, so they're not supposed to be visible all the time. They're only supposed to appear when he needs them.
When he turns his arms into them.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that we will get all that fixed before we're pitching this to publishers. But until then, it's a fun thing for people to check out, and everyone had to get jammed up under the Ferris wheel. Like, everyone loved getting caught up on it and getting stuck in it and slamming their opponents into it. And in a second here, Trevor and Gene are going to demonstrate another thing that people love to do in the demo. Like, we forgot to add a death plane beneath the pier, so people found out that they could jump off and kind of fight as they fall forever into oblivion and into the skybox. But when we were recording this video, Gene kind of pulled a fast one and ended up winning the match in a demo that's not technically winnable yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just had to pull a prank and just chill it on the boat.
Yeah.
Technically, I tried it first.
Yeah.
I was terrible at jumping.
I went, bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks, guys.
Yep. Fall into oblivion. Perfect way to end the demo. And we will have more coming soon, including a target art style render of Haya where you'll get to see what she would look like in the final game. And more coming. So thank you, everyone. And thanks again to everyone that came out on the 27th and to all of you watching.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
What you doing, Trev?
Trying to get the punch going.
What's it gonna be?
We have orange sherbet, strawberry, or like Hawaiian punch, and 7-Up.
Nom. What you doing, Josh?
Setting up for our big reveal in 3 hours.
Demo night. I want to introduce you to two very special guests. I'm here with Josh Hughes and Trevor Hughes. So Josh, I'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do.
Well, we're Attitudes Entertainment Company and Team KAIZEN, and we're Montana's first PlayStation certified game studio, and we believe in impacting the world through game design and showing how you can bring real opportunities to places like Great Falls through video games and entertainment.
Okay, really exciting, and I'm sorry our light just died on the camera, so bear with us here. But I'm here with Trevor as well, so Trevor, tell us about tonight's event.
Tonight we are kind of showcasing the music club and also the Team KAIZEN, our second release studio. We have our first ever playable demo, our NFL, to get there. And also we are going to announce the acquiring of our first non-profit.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about that.
So Ingenium is basically what we're doing to push further and be able to go after more grants with our Big Fan Club and anything else that we could do further the use of STEM and technology.
Alright, last question, just to kind of like wrap it up real quick. Why is it important to hold an event like this for the community?
Well, we need to show people that, for one, since everyone saw that we were involved in the execution school competition and make it, that one, it's not over, and two, location doesn't matter. When you're entering industries that are STEM and tech heavy like video games, you're not quote unquote born in the wrong place. You can do it from anywhere, you can rock the world from anywhere you want to.
Great, thank you Josh and Trevor for joining us. I'll have their full story coming up on Fox News at 9 and ABC News at 10, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. And of course, we'll send it back to you in the studio, Morgan.
In its glitchy state, people are already loving it and cracking up and having an amazing time playing it. So
It's amazing.
It's really cool to hear positive feedback on it, and so I can't wait to tell the team that people are loving it.
I saw that.
First public demo of Shattered Soul, and people are loving it.
I am so happy with the turnout. We had so many freaking people that came out for this that it's just incredible.
Yeah.
The demo looks great. I thought it was going to be a little bit more nerve-wracking than it is, but people are loving it.
Yeah, you can rest easy, Gerardo. People love it.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, everyone, and keep playing the games, and let us know what you think.
Eat the cake, drink the punch, and enjoy. Thank you.